Hello, Rob from Fountain Pen Journey with a pen review. Now, I've had this pen for quite a while. It's a Jinhao fountain pen. Now, I don't know a great deal about it. The seller I bought it from, Roscoe's Pens, based in the UK, sold it to me on eBay as a Jinhao No. 15 Black Lacquered Fountain Pen. And that's pretty much all the information I have about it. So I'm just going to have to take Roscoe's words for it and say that this is in fact Jinhao No. 15 Black Lacquered Fountain Pen. Now, very inexpensive pen, didn't cost me an awful lot of money. Oops, sorry, nudging the tripod there. It's yeah, it's a cheap Jinhao metal pen, which is it's always appreciated. I do like how Jinhao often, I wouldn't say tend, they are sort of producing some very popular plastic pens, but I do find that Jinhao tend to produce metal pens at very, very inexpensive prices. Some of them are a bit hit and miss, some of them are really good, especially for the price. This is really, really good. This is a nice pen. So keep watching to find out what this pen's all about. Now, like I said, metal fountain pen. Top finial has a sort of chrome silver plated insert, which is quite badly scuffed and scratched. That's from the machining. That's nothing to do with the mistreatment that I've given this, because I really haven't mistreated this pen. So not very polished. There is a slight join around the top of the cap, and the clip which is inserted into the cap is just fairly standard fare sword shaped clip. No shield at the top like some of the Jinhao pens. It's quite tight, perfectly functional. The cap, weirdly, and this kind of messes with me a bit, it rotates really easily. Well, not really easily, but too easily under light fingertip pressure for my liking. It is a pop-on, pop-off cap. Just clicks into place, but it rotates, which is a bit weird, because every time I pick up this pen, I pick it up and I think, oh, the section must be unscrewing, so I quickly try and tighten it up, and then nothing happens. And yeah, so slight bit of weirdness going on there with these rotating caps, but anyway, doesn't seem to affect the pen in any other way. Black lacquered metal, which, well, center band on the barrel is this chrome plated bit of metal, not very well polished, I must admit. And we have the rest of the barrel, which goes up to a black finial. Now, there is a recess around the circumference, just inside the circumference of this pen. The reason for that is, which I shall show you in a moment, I'll just pop the pen down here. Just one thing that I do want to say is the shape of this pen is, to be honest, what attracted me to it, and it's one of the reasons that I really like it. It's really quite an unusual design. It basically is narrower in the middle, and it flares out towards both finials, which is quite nice. It's not a dumbbell shape, but it yeah, well, there you go, look at it, make up your own mind. That's what it does. So it's really quite nice, and I think it's a different design. I really like it. I like the design of, blimey, sorry. I really like the design of the pen. I like the shape, and I like how it writes, which we shall go on to shortly. Another design feature that I do like, but I don't actually do myself, is, does it post? Well, actually, yes, it does. And remember that recess I was talking about up here? That recess there, the metal cap liner, never dries out, this pen, it's great. That just pushes very securely into there. So you then have this wonderful, great long pen. To be honest, it is back weighted, but it's not terrible. It's something that I could write. This tripod's in the worst possible place. I keep banging everything into it. Yeah, the length of the pen posted is, I'd say, a little bit over the top. It is a bit back weighted, but it's not terrible. And my God, this is a great system. I mean, it's, I would say it could be a bit of a novelty, but it actually works really, really well. I mean, this cap, I'll just show you, really doesn't, it goes in a couple of millimeters, absolute maximum. You can push it in a bit further. It goes, call it 2 to 3 millimeters. It actually posts into the top of the barrel there, and yeah, 100% secure. I mean, it's really, really good, really well engineered with good tolerances. So let's go back to the rest of the pen. So what have we got? We have got a fine hooded nib with a, what I would say, chrome plated metal part of the section. Now this section isn't metal. It is actually coated with what appears to be just plastic, some sort of coating. And it's really, really good, because I was thinking, oh, slippery chrome. No, you've got this nice section, which is admittedly short, but I find it very comfortable to write with. It's a good hand position, and it's a good size good size pen in the hand. Fits nicely into my hand. Very happy with it unposted. The section itself looks small, but it's perfect for my fingers, my grip. Remember this, I don't know, feature in the middle of the pen on the barrel? Yeah, that's there. So theoretically you could also hold it up here if you wanted to write with it up here, and you've got plenty of grip on that. Amazingly, I mean, there is a step up, but it's absolutely tiny. You can't really feel it, no matter, if you grip directly all 3 points of contact there in a tripod grip onto this step up from, I'm going to try and get this to focus. I mean, there we go. There is a tiny step up there, and if you really wanted to grip onto that, then yes, you feel it, but anywhere else you just don't notice it. It's really, really good. Like I said, good fit in the hand, nice weight, not too heavy for a metal pen, but certainly much heavier than a Jinhao plastic pen. Back weighted a fair bit, but not uncontrollably when posted. Does add a fair weight to the pen, but it is a comfortable metal pen. It's not a lightweight metal pen, but it's not a heavy bugger either. This is pretty good. So let's see how it writes. Let's get on to this bit. So the pen is, I really apologise about the tripod. It's gonna really bug me too, because I keep banging everything into it. Sorry. Right, this is a, where are we? See me nib, I'm trying to write over the camera now. Jinhao number 15. Black Lacquered Fine Nib Fountain Pen. So, writing sample time. It's a fine nib, what can I say? I'm never a fan of fine nibs, but this writes perfectly well, and I'm loving this nib on cheap paper. I mean, there is feedback, but it's plenty smooth enough. I haven't done anything to this nib. I haven't messed around with it at all. It's just writing as it is out of the box, and I really, really like it. It's nothing spectacular. It's nothing fancy. It's a fine nib. It's not the smoothest, but it's certainly not scratchy. It's providing me with feedback, which is fine. On really absorbent cheap on really absorbent cheap paper, this fine nib is really, really good. It lays down a lot of ink. I have absolutely no issues whatsoever with the flow on this pen. It's perfectly wet enough, lays down tons of ink for a fine, especially keeps up, no issues with the flow. So yeah, I am very, very happy with it. So, do I recommend this pen? Absolutely. It certainly gets a thumbs up from me. If this pen wrote badly, I'd adjust the nib and I'd still be happy with it, because I actually really appreciate the design that's gone into this pen. It's a really interesting pen. The rotating cap is a oddity, slightly annoying, but I can live with it. The design of it, absolutely great. Everything works. It's very, very well thought out. It's well engineered. I mean, I must admit the finish isn't 100% with all these scratches on the finial, things like that. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a pen that costs less than £5, something like that. In fact, I'm sure I paid less than that. And it's a really interesting pen, and it writes well. There isn't much more else I can say. I like it. It's an absolute winner. So, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye.